Hey everyone, it's Lee with Mantis Mechanics, and back in 2016 I did a video on how to do a Sidekick. It was my very first video of 2016, and I posted it at the end of 2016 as a memory, and someone asked me about footwork leading into that. If you haven't seen that first video on how to do a Sidekick, I will post it right there. You can click it. It's a cool YouTube video trick. All the cool YouTubers are doing this. Anyways, enjoy 3 different footworks for getting into a Sidekick. Alright guys, I'm here in front of my bag. The first one I'm going to do is I call a hop skip or a hop slide footwork. So the idea with this is that I go up on one leg. I'm going to kick off my front leg. I always kick my Sidekick off the front leg. That's my preference. Most people with a Sandal background will do off the front leg because it's closer. So from here, the hop skip or the hop slide, whichever you want to call it, you bring the leg up and then you hop. Now you want to make sure that you're hopping and sliding, that you're not leaning back like this. A lot of times in the Sidekick, people like to do this. You're going to lose a lot of power with that. Okay, so you can see here, I'm just out of reach of the bag. I can't quite kick it, right? Well, with the hop slide or the hop kick, I'm going to be able to reach it. It's not going to be as powerful, but it's still going to have some power, and I can get my reach in there. So looking like this here, and jumping in, right? So again, here. Now, very important with this, let's say if I was doing this footwork, I want to run into the bag. So I don't want, when I do my hop skip, I don't want to do this or get close to the bag. When I do it, I want to imagine that I'm running into the bag like this. So like almost like jumping into the bag. Only you're putting your foot out, right? So at the time that you hop and you're running into the bag, your foot is making contact, getting the most power out of that kick. If you just kind of jump and lean back, or you just kind of skip in and just slap the bag, you can see there's no power there. So I want all my weight transferring into the bag. Every time I kick, every time I punch, every time I do something, I want my entire body weight going into the bag. That's what causes it to get that big reaction, and that's going to get the powerful blow when you're hitting somebody in the sparring or in the fight. And that's what we want. We want our whole body weight transferring into the bag. We don't want to slap it, okay? So that's the first one, the hop skip. Again, just a little slide. You don't want to jump high, right? You just want to kind of slide your foot across the ground, hitting with your heel. Like I said, watching that first video. Let's move on to the other 2 footworks. First one's going to be a little faster, giving a little bit more power, and the next one is going to be very powerful. All right, everybody. We're going to show you our second footwork for getting into the Sidekick, which is going to be skipping into the Sidekick. Now, when I do this, I'm usually going to take my front leg and move it a little bit forward, just a little bit, right? And then bring my back leg up, and now this foot is pointing here, and this point is pointed 45 degrees. So I'm making like a V with my legs, okay? So again, little step, back leg comes up, meets it, makes a V. Then I'm going to pivot and turn my leg into chamber and throw the kick. Okay? If you're close enough, you actually don't need to take that first step. That might be a little telegraphing. If you're close enough to the bag or to your opponent, you can just bring the back leg up and kick. Right? So again, it looks like this. If I'm really far away, I might take a little step, right? Little step, boom, kick. Next one, if I'm close enough, right, but not too close. If I'm too close, it's not going to work, right? I don't have enough room to kick. You need to practice on the bag so you get your distancing. From here, I'm just bringing that back leg back, bring the back leg forward. Okay, and I want, when I hit this leg, it's almost like this leg causes this leg to go up, right? They almost replace each other, right? It's got to be fast. If I stay here too long, I'm not going to get the kick. So I want to go fast and throw the kick. So this is going to be a little faster Then the next one I'm going to show you, the first one being the fastest, the least powerful. This one going to be in the medium range of power, where it's a combination of speed and getting there, and then the last one having that power. So this last technique that I'm about to show you is the most powerful one, and the one that the legend Bruce Lee used. So stay tuned. All right, everybody, we're on the third technique, the one made by the master himself, Bruce Lee. This is the one he used to use. It's going to be the skip behind footwork. So when I do this, my back leg's going to come behind my front leg like this, right? I transfer the weight to that back leg. This leg is going to come up high. I've got to get this leg up high for the power. So again, I want to skip in. Now as I kick, you can notice that this heel is pointed toward my target. This is so that my hips are all the way rotated. That's where I'm going to get the power in my kick. The glute on my kicking leg, or my butt on my kicking leg, is going to be facing the ceiling. That's how I turn my hips all the way over. If my hips stay flat like this, not only am I not going to get power, but I also won't get as high, and I won't hit my intended target, right? If you can only lift your leg this high, but if I turn my hips over, I can lift my hips a little bit higher. So it's a little flexibility secret for you guys out there too, if you're having a problem with this kick. But I care more about power than I do how high you can kick. I want it to be a powerful kick. So again, just like in that little hop skip video, when I do this, I want to imagine running into the bag. So if I get a little closer here, I'll show you what I mean. When I skip, right, I want my whole body, right, pounding into the bag. That's going to give me the power of this Sidekick. The only difference between this and the Sidekick is that when I came in and I hit with my shoulder and my elbow here and the side of my body, when I come in with my Sidekick, I'm hitting with the heel of my foot, right? Or blade of your foot if you want to. I've never learned how to do it with my blade of my foot, but heel is always good for me. So I want to be here, come in, and run into the bag. That's going to be the most powerful kick, right? It's a little bit slower than the second one I showed you. It's a little slower than the first one I showed you, but it is the most powerful. And if it worked for Bruce, can't be that bad, right? All right, so let me know if you have any questions about this, comments. Like this video, please subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time on Mantis Mechanics.